I used to be one of the people that would use the term too blessed to be stressed. I mean, I was one of those people that would actually post it up on my status or something. And that term seems quite harmless, doesn't it? I mean, it is if you don't want to achieve any kind of greatness in life. To actually attain real blessings, you need the stress. You have to welcome the stress. Let me explain. There are three major parts of a man's life that the enemy attacks. I call it the LCM. It's love, career, and money. Now, if the enemy attacks your love life, it can look something like you can't just seem to get it right with relationships. You can't just seem to get it right with either marriage or something. It's like they keep putting the wrong partners in your life. Do you understand? This is simply because something about your love life is supposed to bring testimony to people. It's supposed to elevate people. Do you understand? Something about your love life is supposed to attain some sort of greatness. Do you understand? That would change millions of lives. Now, if the enemy attacks your career, it would look something like maybe you constantly lose your job. Maybe your education will be interrupted. It's probably because, let's say for instance, you want to be a doctor or something. You become a doctor and you will invent some kind of little pill that will probably cure cancer, which means you'll be healing millions and millions of people. The enemy doesn't want that, so they'll constantly attack your career. Now, if the enemy attacks your money, it's probably because you have a heart of gold and you're supposed to be like a philanthropist or something. Your money is supposed to elevate millions and millions of people, or thousands, or your neighborhood out of poverty. Do you understand? Now, the enemy does not attack finances that belongs to a greedy and selfish person. Why? Because greedy and selfish people, even when people are dying, they just want to spend the money on themselves. In fact, they use their money to oppress those that are dying. Do you understand? So they just want to spend their money for themselves. So the enemy doesn't attack finances of greedy and selfish people. It's probably because you have a heart of gold. You're probably a philanthropist and your money is going to elevate thousands or millions or even hundreds of people out of poverty. Now, the enemy does not ever want you to attain that, doesn't want you to achieve that. That's why sometimes the enemy will attack these three major aspects of your life. Sometimes one of it, sometimes two of it, sometimes even three of it. And when this happens, do you understand? Most of the time we're crying and we're saying, oh, woe is me. Oh my God, God doesn't love me. I can't believe it. This part of my life is being attacked. Oh my God. And we run around and start going to pray about it. I'm not saying prayer is bad. In fact, that's what you're supposed to do. But remember what they say, that in every situation, you're supposed to give thanks. You're supposed to give thanks because God doesn't hate you. You're actually the most blessed. You're actually the most loved. That's why you're going through that sort of stress. Don't forget, armed robbers never ever go to an empty house because there's nothing there for them to steal. So if you are going through some sort of stress, it's because something in your hands is supposed to attain greatness, and that's why you're going through all that stress. How do you think gold is refined? Gold is refined through fire. Do you understand? Gold is actually refined through fire. The more the fire, the purer the gold. This fire in the lives of human beings symbolizes trials and tribulations. So when you're crying around and saying, oh, help me pray it away, help me cast it out, help me, I don't want to go through stress, I want my life to be sweet. Everybody wants to live an amazing life with no problems, with no trials or tribulations. But when you're running around and asking people to pray it away, what you're really asking them to do is pray away your greatness, is pray away your blessings. Do you understand? Because without a test, you can't actually have a testimony. No rich man, no matter how rich, will buy a Lamborghini for a 5-year-old. Not because they can't afford it, but because that's what will kill the 5-year-old. Do you understand? So before real greatness, before real blessings is placed into your hands, you have to be at a certain level. You have to have gone through the fire and come out of it. You have to have been through the test. Like I said before, to get pure gold, you have to put it through fire. The more the fire, the purer the gold. Fire in our lives represent trials and tribulations. So you have to have gone through the test before you actually have a testimony. Sometimes you even know who the enemy is because you can see them. You can see them putting trials and putting tribulations in your way, trying to make you lose your job, trying to make you lose your home, trying to make you broke. You know who the enemy is. But the truth is that they're not your problem. You're not supposed to focus on the enemy. Reason why I said this is, go back to religious text. It says we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. So it's not them. It's not the people you're looking at. What happened is they're just available to be used. The same way angels can use people to bless you is the same way the enemy can use people to destroy you. So the people, the enemy you're seeing is not your problem, and that's why you're never supposed to focus on them. Do you understand? They are not the problem. You focus, you keep praying, but in your prayer, do not lose your joy, because the only reason you're going through trials and tribulations is because you have greatness in your hands. Do you understand? You have something, you have blessings in your hands, and that's why you're going through that. Remember what I said before, armed robbers do not go to an empty house. They only go to houses where there's something for them to steal. Most of the time, when these people see the outcome of what they're doing in your life, they see that you've lost your job, they see that you've lost your home, they see that you're broke, they will start to mock you, they will start to laugh at you. You're supposed to shut your ears, because it's just a distraction. It's supposed to distract you from moving forward. Keep going, keep moving, keep praying. Most importantly, do not lose your joy. It seems like the sky is falling on you. It will seem in that moment that God doesn't love you. It will seem in that moment that the entire universe and everybody in it is against you. But no, keep going, keep moving. The laughter, you're supposed to shut your ears to it. If you want to attain any kind of greatness, shut your ears to the laughter. Shut your ears to the mockery. Don't listen to it. Don't look at them. There is just a distraction. It's just there to stop you from moving forward. In the end, it will end in praise. When next you're thinking to use the term too blessed to be stressed, why not change it around a bit and say, no matter what the test I go through, I will always have a testimony. Love you all. Namaste. Stay blessed.